This is one of the fun parts of my job, and so despite my appreciation for all the hard work that you all have done, I prefer to give my thoughts to them. So I'm going to turn around, and hopefully the camera works. I don't know if it does or not, but that way you won't have to just look at my back the whole time. But I'm going to talk to them as we close tonight's event. Okay, can you hear me? They told me not to move the mic at all or else it'll make that noise, so I'll practice that. The first thing I want to do tonight is something that I don't do very often. It's a character flaw that I have. I recognize that, but I'm going to start with an apology. And before I give it, I want to give a little bit of background. Last fall, a couple of you came to me and said, hey, what about that Chuckers game where we stay and sleep out in the field? And I said, yeah, what about it? The parents last year planned that. I didn't have anything to do with it. Well, are we going to do it? Maybe, sure. So maybe a half hour later, one of these students came over to me with a phone saying, hey, here's the guy from the Chuckers Stadium, and he wants to know if we can stay tomorrow night or the night after. Somehow we pulled together an all-nighter at the Chuckers game in less than 24 hours, and those who were there, I think we had a pretty good time. I did get a couple minutes of sleep in the back of the Fiat. I'm going to see the doctor about my back from that. Later on in the year, we had quite the epic basketball game. And despite the massive dunk, the facilitators did lose. But it was pretty fun. We got ready and we went on senior trip, and some of you weren't on senior trip with us, but I've taken 5 different senior classes over the last 7 years to Florida, 2 from Compass and 3 from a previous school. This year was the first time I spent more time with students than I did adults. We were running around the park. I think we rode Big Thunder Mountain 5 times in a row. You know what I'm talking about. At 11:30 at night, after we had gotten to the hotel at 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, so about 2-3 hours of sleep. It was quite the experience. And then as I've watched since then, I've had a lot of opportunity to reflect on the year. And what I realized, and partly from senior trip, was you all really like to and know how to have fun. As much grief as I gave you for your little wands throughout Universal Studios over and over and over again, you know who I'm talking to. It was pretty fun to sit back and watch you and just the huge smiles on your face as you just enjoyed being a kid and having fun and just loving life. And so the apology that I need to give is, hopefully not just from me, but hopefully a number of our staff members would agree with me, is we're sorry that we didn't meet your needs better, that we didn't figure out how to have more fun and how to embrace and engage your enthusiasm as a class. We got you to where you needed to be, and we hopefully even further. But as I've reflected the last week preparing for this, if we would have been better at meeting your needs as a enthusiastic and fun class, I think we could have had even more fun than what we did. And so I want to say I'm sorry that we didn't do that. I love you guys for it, and I know that we will be better educators because we know that not every class is the same, and we need to figure out how to meet your needs just as much as you're trying to figure out how to meet ours. So I thank you for teaching us that lesson. Now, a little bit of advice. You've gotten to learn some different language, not Spanish or German or anything like that. But you've gotten to learn some different words and different phrases by being at Compass. We have protocols that we use, things that we do over and over again, like knows, need to knows, next steps. It's something that really helps us, like when we don't have enough chairs to sit on, right? Okay? We can solve problems using those 3 simple things. And there's lots of others that you've learned that in your life you're going to be sitting there and you're just going to go, oh, yeah, I know how to do that. Let's write a contract up. And your colleagues, friends, whomever will think you guys are kind of dorky, but you'll get the work done, okay? We've talked about 3 things this year a lot. Keep it productive, keep it clean, keep it courteous. Productive doesn't always mean just working hard, okay? We can keep things productive even by having fun and doing some other things. Keep it clean. Now, I will say there are a number in this group, quite a few, mostly boys, who Kelly has kicked out of the office because you were stinky. You know who you are. Keep it clean. And that doesn't have to do just with your own personal hygiene, but the facilitators that I've hired over the last 2, maybe even 3 years, every one of them I've checked their Facebook page or checked to see their online footprint. Keep it clean. Make sure that you're posting things that are going to help you move forward in life, okay? And finally, keep it courteous. Love each other. Love the people that are around you. Be kind. Really open up and let people into your circle and allow them to be influenced by the great smiles and the wonderful personalities that all you have. It's been a pleasure to be with you. It's been so much fun that sometimes us old fuddy-duddies have to figure out how to have fun, and you guys taught us how to do that a lot, and I appreciate it. And we will take that with us as you go out and leave your mark here. It will definitely have lots of smiles and lots of good times that came with it. So thank you, class of 2016.